Hey everybody, welcome to the video. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike, and if you followed our other channel called Captain Kleeman, we're working on things like this over here. The YouTube yacht where it's a boat-shaped and themed rental cabin we're building, and the current ongoing truck swap, trying to make some kind of usable vehicle out of this mess. Well, this isn't that. This is our second channel, Kleeman, so if you're not subscribed, make sure that you are. On this channel, we work on the smaller but equally as important projects to help maintain our homestead, the acreage that we have. We've done videos in the past of working on the side-by-side, the vehicles, and that kind of thing. Stuff that doesn't quite take as long, but definitely needs to happen. This is what we're doing today. This is an old ash log, ASH, old ash log, that came off of that tree right there. And this thing's been in my way for a hot minute. I need to get it cut up and split, and that's what we're doing. Now, in the previous video, I was kind of helping a buddy out because he had a question. He wanted to know if I've heard of this saw brand, Hypa. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it, but here's the logo for you. I'm sure editing Mike is going to get us taken care of on that. And I told him that honestly I had not, and I didn't know anything about it. So what I ended up doing is I reached out to him and I said, hey, I got a buddy asking about your chains. I've never used them, never heard of you. I'd love to give them a go. And they said sure, and they sent me some chains to try out. On the previous one, we used my little Ryobi cordless battery powered tool to clean up some vines, which turned out pretty good. We kind of found a really cool row of cedar trees and that type of thing. But on this video, we're going to run the 372 and try to get this tree cut up and split. I was running a Husqvarna chain on there, so we're going to take that off and we're going to try their chain out and see how it does. Now, it's kind of hard to tell how a chain does in just one go around. I think at the beginning they're all going to be pretty similar. And this is your reminder, by the way. Obviously, I'm not a logger. I'm not a professional arborist. You want to know their opinions on the chains that they use to cut day in and day out? Well, go to their channels and see what they're running. But for a guy just taking care of some acreage on the homestead, sometimes the price point chain's all I need. And if it can hold up and take a file just as well as the expensive brand names, why not? So here's your up close look. The old before. And it is a full chisel. I do have a couple skip tooth chains I use. I've ground down for milling. I know skip tooth work better for me whenever I do milling, but the full chisel is perfect for the firewood, for what I do anyway. I mean, if you don't overfill the oil or even adding any, you know, it's just, there you go. That's good. Now those fellas don't look too happy. Go figure, on like the second cut, we end up running the chain right into that chert rock. Which is like this stuff here. Not great for chains, I'll tell you that. Most of these really aren't too bad yet, but you can tell the couple like that one right there that skipped off the rock. And that one skipped off the rock right there. You can kind of see the damage. It kind of rolls the top of the tooth down. It doesn't take but one or two messed up teeth to really ruin the whole cut. Make the chain fight. Let's see if we can get through this without hitting any more rocks. Here's what we're working with on the very last cut. You can see by the color change, I got to the dirt a little bit on that one too, but now the super fun part. See if I can get this all split up real quick, and if we got time, we'll walk down the trail. I got a few trees a buddy was telling me was down blocking the side-by-side trail. Well, you can tell from the splitting, this wood's pretty punky. It's not worth taking the time to split it for firewood. I do need it cleaned up and out of the way. So I just took those pieces, rolled them down the hill. A little smaller, they'll rot up quite a bit quicker, and now they're out of the way. Let's go walk the trails and see what we find and make sure they're all clear and open. A guy commented on the last video that all he runs and has ever run is Oregon chains, and I'm not saying anything bad about Oregon chains. I think they have good products. In fact, I think we're running an Oregon bar, and I've ran some Oregon chains and Husqvarna chains and always had good luck with it. I'm not saying any of that stuff is bad, and I'm not saying this brand is going to be my new go-to, but the whole brand loyalty thing of this is what I've always run and it's what I'm always gonna run, it's not really a thing anymore. The world moves faster, way faster than it used to move. I mean, yeah, I just want to show the history of Oregon just so you can see the amount of times they've been bought and sold and production moved and company names changed and that type of thing. And nowadays it happens even faster than that. I mean, brands aren't even loyal to themselves anymore. My point is, I'm not saying any of this stuff is bad or any of it's good. That's going to be up to you to decide on whatever brand you go with. But what I am saying is it's not always going to be what it is. That's for dang sure. This stuff changes so fast nowadays. And if a fella never tries a new brand, they're never going to know the options that are out there whenever the brand they're using no longer meets the quality that they used to have with it. Sometimes the fella's got to make changes on what they use, and it's kind of nice to be somewhat educated or familiar with the other options that are available. That's all this is. All right. I think I need to go get the 755 and just get all this out of the way and go ahead and get this section of trail all cleaned up. Well, that cleaned up pretty nice. A little pile there. We can either let it rot or maybe let it burn one day. All the way around the corner. Not bad. I got a little distracted getting that trail cleaned up versus cutting and splitting firewood, but one of those is more fun than the other. As far as that chain goes, I'll probably keep a few around, especially when I know I'm going to be out cutting something that's going to be, you know, cutting stumps off or something where the chain's probably got a decent chance of getting tore up. Not the worst idea to have a few of those around, and I'll probably keep using them if you want to, and it doesn't make any difference to me because I don't make anything off of it. But if you want to and you want to look at it, I'll put the website link in the description, and you can certainly check it out. If you don't want to, then don't. It's just as simple as that. There's nothing complicated about it. Next video, because I went to go fire the Ranger up to get out here and then had to jump the starter solenoid to do it, might be on the Polaris Ranger, getting that starter solenoid, and I've noticed I have no brakes. I do hope you guys are enjoying the side channel. There is a ton of work that goes into not only maintaining all of this acreage and property that we have, but also maintaining the things that maintain that property and acreage. I always want to share that because I think it's cool. I think it's interesting. It doesn't really fit with the bigger projects like the YouTube yacht or the dump truck build or the road build, but I've always been wanting to share that with people. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it because I'm enjoying these little videos, and I hope I get to see you guys on the next one.